Hello. Hello, Facebook. Hello, everyone. This will be uploaded on YouTube as well. Coach Jay here. Tonight, we're going to talk about de-traumatizing. De-traumatizing. All right. So it's going to be a good night. We're going to get to some ways that trauma shows up in your business. And we're going to talk about it. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. So if you are watching live, please comment live. If you are watching the replay, definitely comment replay in the comment section. So let me know. It is what? Saturday night. Let me tilt it up a little bit. So we are going to really think about how the way we show up in our businesses, we got to think about that, right? We got to think about all of that, right? We got to think about how we show up in our businesses and how it's connected to trauma. And believe me, I've been there. Like I said, if you're watching live, you're just coming in, comment live. If you're watching the replay, definitely comment replay. So this is going to be one of those lives you probably need to take out some kind of notebook or something. But I'm a business coach, business and mindset coach, but definitely I also work with corporations. I work with businesses to help them with leadership development trainings and things of that nature. But I'm here, and we are going to get into it. Thank you, Courtney. I knew you would appreciate it. I knew you were going to appreciate it. Yes, had to get it together. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay, so let's just get right into it because I know I've been there. And sometimes it can still show up if you don't course correct, if you don't, if you kind of struggle with awareness throughout the month or throughout the weeks, and you're not aware that you're doing that you're not paying attention to when trauma shows up, when your past comes and kind of creeps up on you. And this is a crazy thing. You may notice it, your friends may notice it, your relatives may notice it, or people that support you and they know you personally may know it. But the people out there have zero idea that you are even going through things. And it's funny how people will try to judge based on how you're moving online, not knowing that you're pivoting, not knowing that you're trying new things, right? But on the backside of things, right? Because emotions is basically energy emotion. So as a coach, right? As a coach, my responsibility is to teach women how to, number one, take care of themselves. That's really at the core of what I do. Take care of themselves and manage themselves as they build businesses that support their womanhood. That's like the very value center of what I do. But I teach women how to package an amazing offer together and scale with that offer, but also offer like a multi-suite or multi-offer suite to help them to increase their cash flow so that they're having a daily sales type of ordeal in their businesses. So with that being said, when you are offering offers and serving clients and sales and marketing, all of these things can play for or against your emotions. And sometimes because we are humans with souls, and if you are not careful, a lot of things can show up as you are online, posting and doing content and all these things. You don't understand how all of these things can show up. And you can even see how your behavior. So when you're inconsistent, when you are freezing, when you're indecisive, when you're depressed, when you're super anxious, or you put out some type of class or you put out a product and you realize nobody is buying it, that can play on your emotions, right? So let's just get into it. Let me get y'all, I thought I had my block. Hold on, let me go get my block. Thought I had it. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So here we go. Here are some ways where trauma can show up, right? That trauma can show up, and trauma can come in various forms. I'm not even going to talk about like different things that happen in our childhood because that'll be all day and we ain't got the bandwidth, right? So let's just get into it and how we need to stop those actions and behaviors so we can fully show up, y'all. Because to be honest, the way that things are going in so many ways is really, we have to get this together now. Like we have to get it together now. And the way that things are going, the way that women are being positioned right now is not cool. And we have to start fixing it from inside out. Like it's an inside job. Inside. Y'all give me some hearts if you agree with that. Inside. Period. So number one, when you are talking to potential clients, right? When you're, who's giving me mad emojis? Don't be getting on here clowning, y'all. Don't give me no mad emojis now. Don't do me like that. Already, we don't need no pettiness. Okay. So one of the things that shows up, sorry, y'all, I'm covering the thing. One of the things that comes up is that when you are talking to prospects and they are coming to you and they say what they want, they want this, they want that, they want someone that can teach them this, and it's not in your scope. This ring light thing is way down here. Excuse me, y'all. I tell you the truth. I feel like I need to start this live over because I am not prepared. I should have been prepared. There we go. Y'all like, girl, coach, get it together. What is going on? That's not a trauma response. That's a get real response. Because I thought I had everything. Okay. This is real. Okay. I'm back. And people are telling you what they need. People are telling you what they need. People are telling you, oh, I need this and I really need that. And you're saying, yes, yes, yes. I can do that as well. I can do that as well. But in your heart of hearts, you're like, no, I really don't want to do that. It takes too much time. I have encountered so many clients that do not want to do done for you, right? They have driven that down to the needle, done for you work, and they want to do more done with you or done for you. Not done for you, but done with you work, right? Or done without you. They implement it themselves. Coaching programs are more done with you, right? But they tend to still attract clients or still attract people that want them to do things for them. And instead of them saying, no, I don't do that anymore, or no, this is just not my scope of practice. Right now we have shifted. Right now we have pivoted towards this. they do it and they say yes with ignoring their own needs and ignoring their own desires, because we tend to make decisions based on our needs now, immediate needs. We don't think about the future of what we want. We don't think about that the decisions that we make right now impacts the future. And we just want the money. We don't want to consider the fact, like, I'm saying yes to the same stuff. I'm saying yes to the same stuff that makes me tired. I'm saying yes to the same type of work that keeps me up all night. I'm saying yes to the same type of clients that I said I was never, ever, ever going to work with again. I'm sitting over here telling myself, no, you have already said you're going to raise your prices, and then you lower your prices for people just so they can feel like, oh, I just need something. I just need something. I'm just going to go ahead and lower my price for this person. This price of this program is, you could price it for $5,000. And then a person comes that, oh, well, you quoted me this. And you're like, okay, I'll just go ahead and do it. Instead of saying, well, our prices have changed. We're now accepting clients here at this price point. Let me know if this will be a problem. If this person says, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to do that, it's okay, no worries. And that person has a right to go to someone else that fits their monetary needs. How many of us have done that, right? How many of us have done that? But instead of holding our own power, we'll just go ahead and take 2,000 or 1,000 or 500 for something that is, so you have denounced and devalued your own work. So what is that like? You're saying yes to anything the client wants because you're thinking in your mind, because you don't want to lose that client. You don't want to disappoint that client, but that's tied to past disappointments and past people pleasing. Because you were taught to do as I say and don't question it. And we see that a lot in women who are high achieving women who are very, very good at what they do, and they have the credentials, they got the licenses, they got the certifications and all of these things. Yes, Kelly, she said, this year I have held my power, and I'm blown away what happens when you truly believe what you deserve. I'm so ready to expand against the next level. Absolutely. Courtney says, noted, we have pivoted towards this. Absolutely. And those are the things that you have to start paying attention to, is because we talk about how we have this power, but we have to live that out powerfully every single day. Every single day. And we're just in March. So give yourself that grace, because you do have so much to grow into. You have so much to grow into. Another thing that trauma comes up, right? Another thing that comes up is that when we're indecisive, right? If we're feeling very stuck and indecisive, we want to join this program and then we take it back. We want to join this membership and then we change our minds. Y'all don't ignore my nail. I got to go to the nail shop. I got to go to the nail shop tomorrow. My niece's birthday party is tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. She's turning 11. My baby getting big. So I have to go to the nail shop before I go to her birthday party. But yeah, so let's really get into indecisiveness. Have I been indecisive before? Yes, everybody has been through that. Okay, everybody goes through that. Everybody has that. I've been there. But let me tell you how you get stronger through that. So many ways indecisiveness comes up, and let me know if this resonates with y'all, that you have done things in the past and you have taken big risks in the past. And when it did not blow over the way that you wanted it to, or someone sabotaged him, it could have been a relationship, it could have been a a family member that sabotaged. It could have been an old client that did you wrong and never paid you for something, or you went all the way in your business and you never had the structure, and then you had to go and get a job because you didn't learn the skills. Whatever it was that took you away from experiencing the results that you wanted to have, it shows up in ways like indecisiveness, because you know that if you make a decision, you got to stay and stick to your word. And sometimes sticking to your own word is harder. That's why sometimes we can make promises to other people and fulfill those promises. But when we say yes to ourselves, baby, all we need to do is wake up in the morning and feel some type of way about it. We start creating all of these excuses as to why we can't do it. Oh, I need to, pay this bill. I need to go ahead and save for a house, and all this stuff that we already know that we really ain't gonna do. But we need something. Most folks ain't gonna buy no house. I mean, and if you do buy a house, you don't need all that. And it's probably gonna be 2 years before you do it. I'm just being funny. Buy your house. Please buy your house. Please buy your house. But when it comes down to making decisions that are based on destiny, focused decisions, like building wealth, and you need the skill set to do that, then you've got to start making decisions based on that, because you got 200 years on the line. You got the future in line. Because building wealth is not a little bit of here and a little bit there. You got to build wealth and build up large amounts of money so that you can diversify your investments. Am I making sense to anybody? So when you're indecisive, you feel stuck, you don't know how to move, you don't trust yourself. A lot of that is rooted in the past. And the biggest thing that you can do is stick to your own word. And when you stick to your own word, you steward over that. You become a steward over what you say you were going to do, which means you got to keep your word. Because I told y'all in a live a long time ago, some of y'all may remember, some of y'all probably don't. But the decision is always right when it's yes to your future. When it's yes to your decision to move forward in destiny, it's always a good idea. It's always the right decision. It becomes the wrong decision when you don't keep it right. I'm waiting till y'all catch up. It only becomes a wrong decision when you don't keep it at a right decision, which means that you don't fulfill nothing in the process of keeping that yes to yourself. And y'all quiet. So I don't know if y'all sitting there thinking, or you washing dishes and I don't know what you're doing. But that's a word all in itself. The right decision is always right. The yes that you say to yourself is always the right decision. Well, I be hearing y'all, I be saying it. Oh, God told me no. Oh, God said no to me. No, you said no. It's usually you. Why would God keep you away? Why would spirit? Why would the powers that be that's supposed to have your back, as you say, keep you from getting ahead in your life, learning what you need to learn to get ahead in your life? Kelly says, part of my trauma is always being told my decisions were wrong. How would you suggest overcoming that? Okay, so you have to, Kelly, this is going to be a hit. This is going to probably be a hit in your belly. Is that person that's telling you that your decisions wrong, are they successful? Is it a parent? Is it a significant other? And why are they basing their feedback on your decisions are wrong? Are all of your decisions wrong? And what are they basing that on? Like, for example, right? And this is not, Kelly, because I don't know, you just started coming in the comment section, but I have met wives who wanted to join my program in the past. Now, this was years ago. And they would take my prices or whatnot to their husband or their mate and say, babe, this is what I really want to do. And they'll come back and say, it's too expensive. And I'm like, oh, okay. Did you want to do the program or he said no. And they'll just say, well, he said no because it's too much money and we got other things that we have to do. Much of that is tied to, number one, their wealth consciousness. And then number two, they don't see the wife This is a public, and see, okay, I'm glad you said that, Kelly. So much of that is because they have not seen you be successful in something, or they may be insecure about you getting ahead in your business. But sometimes it could be tied to, I always tell people, like, it could be the fact that you probably jacked up money in the past. You've had these dreams and you never ever fulfilled them. You never went all the way. You didn't finish anything, right? So Kelly stated, they've pretty much all been disappointing decisions, even when it's ended wonderfully. Okay, so what is disappointing decisions, even when it's ended wonderfully? Do you mean by successful? Were you successful in those decisions? And you said it's a parent, hoping this doesn't pop up on public timeline. So Kelly, my first question is, how old are you? Now, Kelly ain't never been here before. This is my first time seeing Kelly's name. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a straight shooter. I'm a coach. I'm not a feel good, rub your back kind of coach. Look, I'm 8 years into this business. I'm 35 this. Oh, okay, awesome. So 35 plus. Gotcha. Okay. So Kelly, you're 35 years old, boo. Has your parent ever invested? Right? Has your parent ever invested in your business? You got to stop listening to people that, and sometimes our parents, y'all, they make decisions or they would give us advice based on I got you. She got a free wax today. Sometimes our parents will base things on their own safety. Sometimes parents will tell you and suggest things to you based on your own they want you to, well, you can always go back to a job. You can always go back to, you ain't got to scuffle. You can just go back to work, go back to a job, and it's too much, girl. Ain't nobody got no money for that stuff. This is your dream. This is your dream. Your parents mean well. I don't go to my parents for any business advice whatsoever. I'm 40 years old. My parents, I do not. I love them, right? I love them, but I do not go to them for any advice, and nor do they give me advice, because as soon as they start trying to give me advice, I stop them mid-sentence and say, I'm not even paying you for advice. My parents, my father's owned a business before. My mom has never owned a business before. So neither one of them really can give me insight. They can give me life skills advice or life advice in some areas. But when it comes down to my business, they don't have that insight, because where I'm going, they've never been. Yep, you see what I'm saying? My grandfather, who's passed away, he passed away 2 years ago. He was the only successful entrepreneur in the family. And then his daughter, ultra successful, took after him and watches over his estate. But my point is that my grandfather was the only one to tell me, don't work for nobody. You're too smart for that. You're too smart for that. Own your own way, make your own money. Don't let nobody have control over your money. You should be able to control your own money. And I was like, wow, okay. And there are some parents that really, really, really want to see you do well. They love to see you do well. They love the fact that you may be growing your business, but they don't know how to advise you. And that's okay. So for you, let me go back up. What's her name? Kelly, you know, you just have to stop listening to your mom and stop and just cut it off. Like, cut off the advice giving. Keep it at, hey mom, you know, I love you. What y'all doing today? What you eat? You know, very surface level things. And let it be that on that. And it's programming. And that's okay. It's programming. That's why sometimes you get so frustrated sometimes when you tell your family about a launch or a program that you joined or you know, something that you're embarking upon. And deep down inside, we want our families to support us. And I do think this is one of my theories. I've always said this, that I feel like Beyonce would not be as far as she was if her parents did not have her back the way that they do. You know, when you have your parents, right, it makes a world of difference in pushing. No problems, Kelly. Thank you for asking. When pushing their children, like, you want that. You want the support of your parents. And many times you can have that in so many ways. And then sometimes, because based on their trauma and based on their program, they're not able to give you that. Based on experiences, like some people didn't have their parents growing up. Some people didn't have their fathers growing up. And if their parents were there, maybe they were in and out of their lives, or they were in and out of, you know, in and out of situations. But I'm going to tell you this, is that even as a grown adult woman, as a person who has grown up, you have to become at some level responsible for your own emotions and your own healing and your own forgiveness. Because first of all, you got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself for holding them to such a high level of responsibility over your own emotions. They were responsible for keeping you safe at one point. They were responsible for keeping you secure at one point. And maybe they dropped the ball because it was based on what they knew. Y'all forgot everybody in this earthly plane has a journey that they can either accept their journey or they can heal from their journey and get on the other side of the journey and have a better life. You got to choose to live better if you're going to live here. Amen, somebody. And I ain't preaching. And as a woman, as a grown woman, ain't that deep, Kelly? She said at one point, yeah, at one point, they were responsible. So now you've grown up. You've grown up and you have acquired your own dreams. You've acquired your own desires. You've got a vision board. You know, you got a calendar. You got Instagram. You got TikTok. You're seeing all these travel bloggers and all these people that are living life and making all this money. You're like, man, there is another way. I can do this. But it's also going to take you reprogramming again. Because the older that you get, it gets harder and more difficult to reprogram yourself because you have to completely unlearn everything that you were taught in the past. Because survival was always your default. Survival was always the basis of who you were. You was only supposed to survive. That's it. You were not built or taught to be successful. So you have to rebuild a brain that only accepts success. Does it make sense to anybody? Come on, somebody. Y'all better talk back to me. That's why you got to be careful of listening and accepting low-level conversations, because it's going to keep you in a low-level place. You got to start business is about challenging you. Wealth, building a business, like you can't stay surface. You can't do the little bitty itty bitty stuff for too long. You got to rebuild it. You can't keep doing little bitty stuff and tiptoeing and patty caking your way to destiny. You got to go all in and all the way. And that's going to take bravery and courage. Courage comes before confidence. Confidence creates clients, and clients create compensation, more and more compensation over and over and over again. You don't have that kind of time. The older you get, you don't have time in the bandwidth to sit and heal all day. That's what I said. I'm 40 years old. The 37, 30, all that right there, that's gone. I either got to get it and get on with it, or I'm not going to be able to get it. Oh, I don't feel like it. Okay, so when you say you don't feel like it, that's the inner child talking. That's that adolescent 15-year-old self that didn't really have to do a whole lot just to get your needs met. But you're not getting your needs met. Or you're going to have to depend on somebody else to get your needs met for you. Don't let me go there. Fighting to survive. Instead of building a business that is going to keep you in a space where you can teach and educate and help people to get ahead, because you're naturally a teacher, you've naturally helped people to overcome different problems and overcome different. You've decided to digitize your business. You've decided to be global in your business. You decide to do something real little, like I'm just going to do this instead. I'm just going to sell this on the side. I'm just going to wash cars or bake cakes. Nothing wrong with baking cakes. There's absolutely, because I'm not talking to everybody. Remember, this live is not for everybody. I'm talking specifically to women who want to digitize their business, who want to grow and scale an e-learning business, and want to teach people what they need to know. Teach people what you know, right? But with that is going to come with, you got to stop fighting to survive all the time. There's nothing wrong with having like an overlap, because you're going to have a transition. Like you can do, like I had a client that was leaving one industry and moving into a different industry. She was going from doing more dance studio work. She was doing dance studio, and then she wanted to do more mindset coaching. Well, in order for her to leave this area, she had to then move into the area. So it really took a lot of coaching to help her to overcome the transition part, because a lot of people, she built her following. She had like 100,000 people that follow her on TikTok and has over 100,000 followers on Instagram. Large audience, and they didn't understand what she was doing. So she had a transitionary moment where she was confusing people, and people start questioning and kind of almost feeling insulted that she was changing. I said, your ideal client is in the rough. She's in the haystack. You just got to keep your messaging clear. And next thing you know, she ended up closing her first high ticket client once she just leaned in. And it was in alignment to her mindset coaching offer. But those kinds of things happen when you stop fighting for survival and you start leaning into destiny. And then when you get that client, you got to keep getting clients. You got to start and consistently, continuously add to your roster of clients. I'm on the roll tonight. I'm well rested. I had me a good nap. I slept good last night. Dr. Robin, you appreciate that. She's a sleep coach, y'all. And so I had some good sleep last night. But one of the things I want to say is that when you always need more clarification, oh, just one more thing. I have one more question about your service. When everything is on there that you need, Can you help me with, I just want to make sure that this is right. No, what you are trying to do is protect yourself. I'm going to be very honest with you. And this came with time. This came with a lot of time. I went from doing sales calls to not having to do sales calls because my messaging was on point. My trust factor was on point. I was committed to having people trust me in other ways other than sales calls. And that was by teaching, that was by providing value on these social media apps, that was by way of me having conversations and authentic conversations, not just, with a bot or anything. It was me, a human to a human. Nurturing my clients, nurturing my community, which is in my email list. So if you want to join my email newsletter, go to the caption in this live. I have a free newsletter you can join, and I have a free workshop coming up on Tuesday of this week on how to close more clients. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Stop always feeling like you got to need one more thing to make a decision when you are looking for ways to not say yes instead of looking for ways like I might as well just do this. Because sometimes we don't trust ourselves because we done messed up so much in the past, but your decisions are based, you have to always think about, what do I really want? And that's one of the hardest questions to ask ourselves. And it's one of the hardest questions to answer. What do we want? What do I want is the hardest question to answer. Because it feels, and I think even Kelly said this too, she said it's like a guilt thing that comes up with success. Like, I want this, but am I deserving of it? And like I said, feel free to share this live or send it to your business bestie in the DMs. If you don't feel comfortable with putting it on your profile, that's okay. But I want to get more people to look at this because I know that traumatization and that trauma can sit in our bodies. And it flows out in ways how we behave and how we do business and how we create products and services and how we make decisions, because it's based on the past and it's not based on my now and the future, because we base things on how we feel now. And the one thing women are very good at, we are so focused on how we feel. If I don't feel good, that's a problem. This is why I always tell clients, feel good, hurry up and feel good. Do what you need to do to feel good so we can get on with it. So whether that means go sell a course so you can make some cash and feel like you all right, so we can get to the next thing. It's always about securing your safety first. But the thing is that we stay there too long. We stay in that place too long. I got to make some more money. I'm manifesting more money. When you had it. Some of y'all, and I'm not saying you got to spend money on my program. Please go find somebody to help you. But I've said this before, I think about a year ago, some of y'all had tax refunds come and go, and you went and spent it on TVs and trips instead of investing in yourself. You didn't have to invest in my program, but you like find a mentor. You're going to be in the same place in 2025. And then when stuff break out and looking crazy here in the States, you can't do anything. You ain't ready. You ain't got your barnyards ready. You ain't got your business intact. You ain't got your money right. Nothing is happening. Because I told y'all this was the year for you to make it happen. This is the year. I want y'all to come back and look at these lives that I'm putting out this year, because I'm talking about that in the right timeline. This is acceleration right now. Y'all see how fast we about to be in April? Like, April is on the way. March said, hey, and bye. What's today? March. It's March. It'll be March 24th tomorrow. I'm just telling you. Y'all taking too long in survival mode. You got to get ahead. You got to get ahead of yourself. When you say yes to yourself, this is going to be good right here. This is going to be good right here. I need y'all to hold this energy. I'm getting ready to tell you. Some of y'all need to get behind what you're saying. Jay, can you make that? Some of y'all need to watch what comes out of your mouth. Because see, when you say yes to yourself or yes to something, or I need this, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Some of y'all say things unconsciously. And that's why your words are not enough. Like it's not enough to just say, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am, I am rich. It ain't enough to say that because you haven't gotten to the place where you get behind your words and look at what you're saying. Because when you get behind what you're saying, you're conscious of what you're saying. You're consciously creating when you get behind what you say. And when you get behind what you say and consciously see yourself say that, your emotions and your actions have to follow because everything becomes conscious at that point. You have to be in your body when you say something. When you are fighting for survival, and that's all you doing is fighting for survival, that you only looking at and basing decisions based on how you feel, and that's it, and you don't never on the other side of that start working towards destiny, what happens is that you stay in places where the past and your life, like those situations and relationships and all those things that you went through in the past, where you had to fight to be seen and fight to be loved and fight to be heard and fight to, I just really want somebody to love me. And I feel like nobody ever supports me. I feel like every time I do something for somebody, they always get, because all those experiences lead up to why you do what you do. You ever want to know why you still stuck in a loop? Check what year you in, because some of y'all are not in 2024. Some of y'all are stuck in 2003. Some of you are still living 2012. Some of y'all are still in your last divorce. Some of y'all are still on that job that you got fired from. Some of y'all still with that ex that jack your credit up. Some of y'all are still 14 years old when your daddy or your mama yelled at you in public. Oh, y'all, come on. You ain't came up here yet. You can't even lead yourself to the better because you're still in the past. You're still stuck in 2000. Some of y'all still stuck in 2020. Courtney says 2007 financially. Absolutely. Some of us are too far back. I had a conversation with my old friend from high school, and he was just bringing up the past, Oh, I just remember I used to be like this, and I said, "Why are you still back there?" He said, "Why you asking me that?" I said, "Because you still back there. Why are you back there?" I said, "We about to be 41 years old. Why are you back there?" I just feel like I haven't been forgiven for that from so and so, and I feel like I'm still, I'm holding on there. I said, "Well, why? You need to go to therapy. Why do y'all go to therapy and you're not walking through none of this stuff? Because you need coaching. If you're not careful, therapy will keep you in a loop. I'm telling you what I know because I'm trained. I'm a therapist by trade. Some of y'all don't even know that. I used to be a therapist before I went to HR. And then HR, and I went to coaching after that. I coach people and not coach people therapy. I did therapy and perform therapy for people. Therapy keeps you in a loop in so many ways. If you have to bring up stuff to understand where you are. And that's all therapy really is meant to do, is to help you to flush out a lot of the things from the past and to help you talk things out so that you can now get to a place of awareness. And when you get to a place of awareness, okay, so now that I solved the past, now that I understand that some of those things were not my fault, maybe they were my fault, but that's based on programming and the relationship and the upbringing that I had with my parents and education and institutionalization and indoctrination and church and all this other stuff. But now that I'm here, now I can make a decision on what is it going to take for me to move forward and be successful. And that's when coaching is necessary so that you can be supported as you go. Because you can't make small decisions when you're talking about the future, because the future has to be created. The future is not always planned, it's created. You got to set goals that are audacious. That's why some of us are still stuck in nostalgia. Bring back the 90s. Bring back when the men used to do this. They ain't doing that no more. So now what? How long ain't doing that no more? Some of y'all still holding on to hope. I just wish that I'm holding on, babe. I'm a manifest. Go ahead. Please. Keep dreaming. Some of you that got, mates, keep them. Especially they good, better keep them. Please keep them. But what I am going to say this too, right, is that we have to start having firm conversations about the future. Survival is based on you holding and making sure that I'm always going to eat. It's based on basic needs. Eating, making sure my roof is all right, making sure my basic bills are being paid, that I have enough to indulge in some luxuries like getting my nails done or taking maybe a little getaway trip on the weekend just to say I'm doing something. But when I look at the longevity plan, nothing is there. Nothing is happening. Nothing is going on. Nothing is being seeded. Nothing is being sown. There's no consistency. I tell clients, like, I just feel like I'm not like getting the clients that I want. I said, because you need more clients. You need leads. You don't have any. You got to keep going. Hello? You got to keep going. You got to keep going. Nobody's coming. So let's keep going. Inconsistency. When y'all are inconsistent, it's situational. It's always situational. You're only showing up in your business when you only need something. Inconsistency is based on need, it's need-based behavior. I talked about this the other night. It's need-based behavior. It's not based on flourishing and flowing and building and flowing in the, no, it's based on, oh, I got a bill coming up, let me show up, or I really want to go on vacation, let me show up, or I just had this conversation with my best friend, or I just heard this person that I follow and he's a multimillionaire, I'm just going to get on and he just motivated me. That's why you can't be motivated. You have to always live by inspiration. In business, it's about being as inspired every single day. Inconsistency is need-based. I only show up when I need something. That's why sometimes we don't post for once a week or once every other week, and then we got 4 likes, and then we mad and won't show up again for another month. Why is that? Because it's based on probably a conversation you had. It's based on waking up and having this revelation. I need to get up and I need to do what I got to do for my business because my children need stuff. Girl, you show up to look, asking people to join this, and they don't join because they don't know you. You haven't built any relationships with anybody. I've asked clients, like, what made you sign on with me? Well, you're just so consistent. You know why? Because it's built on trust. Business is built on trust. For people to give you their hard-earned money, it takes trust. I have over 500 videos over the last 4 years. I did my work and I'm still doing it. I've had people tell me, oh, it's just so many lives I got to do. You just got started 2 months ago. Your LLC ain't even in the system all the way. And some of y'all been in business for 6 years just babysitting the LLC or babysitting the EIN number. Don't nobody know who you are. You ain't been online consistently. Don't nobody. I'm going to join this membership, and I just love it's just the way she carry herself. Get in there and do something. She always, girl, baby, her, when I tell you her, have you learned anything? Coach, I just love her. I just love her lipstick. Did you read any of the work? Did you go to any of the calls? Baby, I'm getting in her, baby. She's having a conference. When I tell you I'm going, I'm going. And when you go there, all you're doing is taking pictures next to the grass background. Ain't learned nothing. Baby, I was at the conference. I don't care about you being at the conference. What did you learn? Mm-mm. Don't be buying all that. Baby, everybody posing with one leg out. You know how we do that one foot out and the other one back. I want to see your notes. Did you take a notebook? Did you make any connections? And did those connections lead to a sale? Baby, I made so many connections. Baby, I talked to this lady. Okay, so did you put it in your CRM? I'm still looking for what you think is the best one. Just choose one. Pivot later. I don't care. Coach, what you think of, I met these folks down here at the networking. I get so tired of us playing. Let me see your notebook. What did you take down there and take notes with? I need to see. Because we play too much. We play too much. We play with business too much. We want to be in. We want to do all the stuff. God said that I'm going to be speaking all over the world. I can't get you to do a live. Everybody quiet. I tell you, when I start, coach. I don't like live. Are you going all over the world and speaking or not? You can't speak all over the world and you can't be on nobody's stage unless you build some confidence online. or build some confidence, period. You know, we all in, and then 2 weeks later, nobody showed up to my event. First of all, you didn't market it. Let's go there. You shared your post 2 times in the past 3 weeks, and then you don't show up in my. You have to talk about things. You got to talk about what you're doing. You have to challenge yourself. You got to get to a place where you're okay with showing your face more and more and more. This is about business. And yes, it is about making money. When I see women talk about, well, I don't, it's not about me. It's not about money. Yes, it is. Business is about money. Are you kidding me? I want you to go to your 9 to 5s with that same energy and see what happens. You ain't gonna do that. Baby, they better have my check, baby, because I'm gonna cut up. Yeah, I worked in HR for 10 years. What's going, baby? Let Friday hit and that check is not in that. They blowing up HR. Jay, I'm baby 801. But then you get in business and you don't care. You can't be out here acting like a saint and acting like that is a flex. What it is about passion. It's about communication. It's about value. It's about offering things that are in alignment to how you want to help people, that's marketable, that's worthy of somebody throwing down their credit card and saying, yes, I want to be a part of this. Yes, I want to join this. Yes, I need to buy this so I can learn this, that, and the third. That's what it's all about, right? But you do that with joy. Is it going to be easy? No. Please remove that from your vocabulary when it comes down to business. No, business is not always going to be easy. It's not. You're not going to always, you're not going to want to show up all the time. But when you do show up with passion. Show up because you want to show up for your business because you're passionate about it. But passion is not enough. You have to have a process. Come on, somebody. You have to have a process. Do you have a process? Inconsistency comes, and we get inconsistent about our businesses and showing up for it because we're not confident and passionate about what we're doing. We're more passionate about being paid than we are about making sure that we are attracting the right clients and the right leads and the right prospects and the right partners so that we can grow these businesses and grow. We're not focused. Well, I just want to make sure that I make money. You make money when you show up and you are in alignment to what you said you're going to do. Y'all got to stop fiddling and faddling and being wishy-washy about showing up. Either you show up or you don't. Baby, I'm trying, baby. When I tell you, when I make my first million, you haven't even made $5,000 in your business. I can't get you to 10K months. You got to understand, sometimes y'all stay too long up in dreamland, not coming down to this physical realm and understanding that action, action, action. I'm sorry. You're in a patriarchal society. You're in capitalism. Yes, you can manifest all day. That's why the manifestation class is stay packed. People tell you over and over and over again how to manifest, and you still don't know how to manifest because you in your head too much. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Let me tell you what works. What works is a vision. What works is knowing that the vision is gonna work, and it's gonna work because you said it's gonna work. Making a plan, staying in spaces where there are like-minded women or like-minded individuals around you, staying in that space, getting up with a routine, because see, we shouldn't have to push you out of bed to make a difference in your life. And as long as you're here in the United States, it's gonna cost you. I say that with love. I'm tired of y'all doing that. Ease is simple. You make it simple. And what you do is in that with ease. Not easy, with ease, which means what? Coaching comes natural for me. That's a skill set. I know how to put processes in place and strategize and help people get A, B to C. I know how to do that. I'm a very process-driven person, but I also know how to uphold and ask empowering questions that make my clients think, because they have to be CEOs in their business. And one of these days, they're going to have to leave me. And when they leave me, they need to be able to replace my voice with theirs. And when they replace my voice with theirs, they have now entered into the realm of complete transformation, because they can make decisions and trust themselves at that level. But that comes with time. You're not going to look for anybody for validation. You're not looking for someone to give you permission to move. You tell yourself, this is what we're going to do. And if I need a mentor that I need to keep on maybe some type of retainer, I can do that. That way I can just go to somebody and flush out what I need and put exact words and meaning into place, which is why CEOs keep a mentor. They keep a coach. That's why I said, somebody like, well, I can search for Google for that. Please go ahead. And this is the reason why a lot of y'all keep looping. Nothing is happening. And then when you do invest, you've got to learn how to use the resources that you have. Yes, Kelly. Yes, absolutely. And thank you for being here. Y'all got to know this. It's time out for play. It's time out for play. Last thing is how trauma plays out. How do I know I'm going to be successful? How do I know? That is a person who is more focused on being a high achiever than a high performer. This is why you have women that are obsessed with getting another certification. And I got to get another certification. And I'm going to get another certification. I remember I was in a group a long time ago. It was a coaching group. And this woman had got like 10, 15 life coaching certifications in different specialties. I just look, people like, oh my God, congratulations. That is amazing. What are you going to do with all them certifications? Because now you got to get clients. And then they'll be in your DM talking about, how do you get clients? You don't have a successful business until you start creating income, start creating sales. And it's based on the lifestyle that you want. You don't come into entrepreneurship not having some idea of what type of life you want to live. And I know that was the old way. But now that we have digitized work, which is a blessing in itself, I wish some of y'all will understand how much of a blessing this is. You're in one of the most amazing times of the century in so many ways, because now you get a chance to create the life you want to create. And you get to create the business that you want to have that's going to support your womanhood. But to have the question over your head, am I going to be able to make money? That's the wrong question. And we got to get better at asking questions that make sense instead of asking questions based on your trauma and your inability to trust yourself and trust other people. Because I always tell people, as soon as you ask me, am I going to be able, you're not ready. Because what you're not going to do is bring anxiety into my coaching space, baby. I don't care what my bank account looking like. I don't care what my numbers look like. I'm not bringing on a misaligned client, and I will not convince you that I will treat you right and that I will make sure that you get what you need as your coach. We have boundaries. We have a beautiful curriculum. We have a beautiful client community. And one thing is for certain is that you cannot come in and pollute that because of your past. Go heal first. Go find somebody to help you, and then you come back. I don't mind. I will tell somebody no in a minute. I had to get to that point. And I finally, after years and years and years, got my business to a place where I'm bringing in clients and they know what they're getting. Because I always make sure you have to bring in conscious clients. Write that down. Bring in conscious clients. What do I mean by that? Conscious clients means that they are aware of the yes they gave to you. And they're not making this decision based on an immediate need. They're making the decision based on the future too. Conscious clients. I'm very conscious. Self-aware conscious clients. Absolutely, Robin. Very aware that you filled out a form. Very aware that you booked a consultation. Come on, somebody. Very aware that you have submitted a payment. Very aware that you said yes to this person, this service provider, for this offer, for the outcome, and that you are responsible. You understand the terms and conditions of this particular program or this particular membership or this particular service. You didn't pay and you weren't there. And now you freaking out after you to pay. Like, what I just do? I need to get my money back. No. Stop that. And I love you. See, when you get to that point where you bring in, you ready for this? Do you know, what's the outcome? What do you want to do? This is what we're doing. When I see people that say, well, I want a website done, I am not the coach for you. You need a brand designer. I am not a brand designer. Well, I want somebody to help me. I need a website. Find your website designer. This is not the program for that. We don't need to do that over here. You got to know your lane. I'm going to try to figure out how to do a website real quick. No. So you need to bring in conscious, like Dr. Roberts just said, self-aware, conscious clients. Very aware. Because to be honest, right? And we're getting ready to close. Look, like it's church. We're going to do the benediction. We're going to do the benediction. Sales is usually is an emotional decision. Okay, it's an emotional decision. And when it's an emotional decision, you get people that don't always understand what they're doing until after the action has been completed, like the transaction process has been completed. Right? And most people, especially in middle class, they make decisions based on their immediate needs being met. That's just programming, right? And that is indoctrination, and everything should feel safe and there should be some stability around everything. That's why a lot of people love the fact that, someone so retired after 30 years on at this job, or they celebrate 40 years on a job and they give them a watch or something, or give them a trophy and, a gift card. We celebrate stability, but has that person done anything significant in their life except for stay at a job that kept them safe? No. They just knew how to sit still and stay in the same place and help that company to save on training costs. Because the longer you stay in a role, it helps the company not having to invest in training. Because we think that's a flex. Middle class thinks that's a flex. Because she's been in her job for 13 years, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And that's wonderful. How is that wonderful? Has she done anything significant in her own life? Is she happy? And this is why a lot of times we identify with what we do, not who we are as people. You ask people, who are you? And they start talking about, I'm an attorney, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. No, I asked, who are you? You're a woman first. You're not even a mom. Like some women will talk about being a mom first. Well, I'm a mom. No, that's one of your titles. You're a woman first. So as a woman, are your needs being met? Some of us are too tied to our children. We're too tied to our families. We're too tied. Well, that's my baby. You need to prepare for them to live their own life. As a woman, your needs come first before, because if your needs don't come first, you can't be available and be there for everyone. You gotta have time for yourself. You gotta have time to write. You gotta have time to take care of yourself. Go to the spa, get massages, go to the gym, walk in nature, go and sit at a bar dressed up at a 5-6 star restaurant. Do something that you've never done before for yourself because you feel like it. Like when people ask me and my daughter, we went to me and my daughter went to this nice swanky restaurant. They had candlelight and all this other stuff. And the woman asks, what's the occasion? We celebrate a birthday. We're celebrating, graduation. I said, we're hungry. She said, oh, okay. We're hungry. Where the meals are $60 a plate and $75 a plate. And it was a normal occurrence for me. You know why? Because my daughter is not going to be trained to only go to nice swanky, we call them swanky restaurants, only to celebrate something. You deserve to go and have a nice, beautiful, exquisite meal, fresh food, eloquently and delicately seasoned, because you feel like it. We're here because we're hungry. And we dressed up. We had heels on and everything. Asked for valet because we were hungry. Girl, I'm going to go ahead and get this 2 for $2. I'm going to get this 4 for $4, girl. I'm just going to go ahead and go. Every now and then, share experiences with yourself. Because you're a woman, you deserve to be celebrated. You in the patriarchy. More women need to do that more often. Celebrate yourself. Book a massage, something. Don't be doing no $20 something. Get some money and go and pour into yourself. You worth the investment. Well, I ain't got it like you, coach. Well, get it like me. Get better than me. Stop always accepting pennies. Stop always, I'm going to do a little bit. Pour into yourself. And heal. Journal it out. Do it anyway. Say yes to yourself because you know what you deserve. Oh, I'm trying to get my credit right. And I don't know about, girl, I would use credit in a New York minute. Because I know me, I'm gonna pay it off. I'm gonna learn the skills, I'm pay it off. This is why a lot of times a lot of people don't invest, they don't apply for credit to, and I'm not saying you have to do that. Like, stop being afraid that I ain't gonna be able to do that. What if I'm trying to work on my credit? That's middle class. You need business credit. Use credit. If you're a business, don't stop being afraid of using business credit. Believe in yourself enough that you know what you're doing and you're going to come back. Anyway, let me get out of here. Trauma does not need to shape your business, okay? Stop basing your business on your exes. Stop basing your business success on tying it up to previous experiences and stuff. Divorce some of that stuff. Divorce some of that stuff so you can move on. Focus and move on. Reinvent yourself. And it starts with the mind. Go within. Anything that is tied to the past, forgive yourself and go on. Forgive people and go on. Move through it. When you have emotional stuff that comes up, just know that that's just because your emotions, when it hit your body, that's just your body reacting. That's all it is. Your body reacts to things when it feels like it's going to put you in an unsafe place. But that's just a byproduct because your body doesn't believe you. Your body reacts in the same way as if a bear is right behind you, following you, or a tiger is running after you. But you're afraid of paying for a $99 course because you don't think you're going to eat tomorrow. Are you kidding me? You're going to always eat. When have you ever went a day without eating? And if you've had a previous experience where you did not eat in a day or for days, that was tied to something else. I'm talking about now. You have made it through 100% of your problems. I'm going to say that again. You have made it through 100% of all your biggest problems. You need to hold that. That's a actual neural pathway that needs to be created right now. You have made it through 100% of all your problems. And so you come with another problem and now you second guessing it. Look at your life. You came through everything. You've overcame everything. And you're going to get here and think that the divine is going to drop the ball on you. Well, the buck stops here. I guess we're gonna drop the ball, baby. I'm sorry. This is when mercy ran out. No, because you need to learn how to use your intuition. Learn how to tap into the spirit nature of who you are. Your sales. Why aren't you doing sales every single day? What is your problem? What is that right there? Why aren't you marketing every single day? You got this, Kelly. Y'all got to start learning how to marketing. It should not be a chore to market. You market because you're supposed to market. You sell because you're supposed to sell. You make offers because you're supposed to make offers. You generate cash flow because you're supposed to generate cash flow. You have a business. It is your responsibility to grow the business and to keep the business alive. It has to have health. Your business is not healthy because the money is not flowing into it. There is no blood. Cash is blood to a business. That's the only way to keep it alive. Come on, y'all, please. 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 Get out of there. Stop glorifying the past and worship in the past so we can get on with it. I just wish I could go back to when I was, you ain't back there no more. Come up. Wake up. I just used to have so much energy. Of course you did. You had more energy. Now you got to get your energy back in alignment. Look at your sleep pattern. Is your sleep off? Look at your diet. Is that off? Look at your spiritual routines. Is that off? Are you meditating? Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating fruits and vegetables? Are you going out and getting fresh air every single day? Are you staying away from people who are negative and always talking about clipping coupons and budgeting and we got to cut back and all this stuff? You need to limit those conversations. Stop watching the news so much. If the church you're going to ain't talking about wealth, ain't talking about prosperity, yes, I believe in prosperity preaching. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you, because if I'm building wealth, I don't need nobody telling me that I need to, it ain't about that. It ain't about that. I'm gonna need to go to a church where the net worth of that congregation is $700,000 plus. I need to be around where the gospel for me is up here. Don't play. See, y'all ain't ready for that conversation. You ain't ready for that. Well, it's about, baby, the God you serve knows that you down here. Don't play with it. You got to learn how to be here. Your God did not come and throw you on a planet for you to be poor and barely making it. Are you kidding me? If that's your God, you keep your God over there. My God is not putting me in a place of struggle. We don't do struggle busts. I don't do struggle. I don't. You're more than welcome to struggle bust yourself on to heaven, but that's just silly to me. That's silly to me. On earth as it is in heaven. I want my heaven here and whenever whatever's on the, I'm just telling you. Y'all need better wake up. So, anyway. Anywho, get yourself together. Go learn some skills. I have courses available. If you want to work with me, let me know. Put in the DMs. Make sure CEO coaching program is open. We're going on. Period. But you got to honor your own word. And you got to grow up. You've got to grow up. All right? Love y'all. Make sure you get yourself together. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what came up for you. What was something that you learned tonight? Let me know. Love you. Bye.